Hi, I'm Christina.
And I'm Christine. Welcome to Stereothematica.
Music is the heartbeat of our lives and the connective tissue of our friendship. Christine and I met at work in LA, but when I moved to Texas, we started a weekly challenge. Pick a song that fits a chosen theme.
This game opened us to new perspectives on each other and deepened our understanding of the songs that shape our lives. Each week, we recreate the magic of our song exchange on a broader scale. Hello, Christina. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, and I'm curious what you're getting up to this week with our theme.
This week's theme came to me because I was shuffling again my Apple Music.
Apple, reach out.
Yes, thinking of possible themes as I do when I'm driving, and a song came on I hadn't heard in a while. I first heard it on a mixtape in 1991 from my first boyfriend. So it's a bit weird to think about the context, right? Like,
No.
I mean, it's a little weird because, it's a long time ago. You're a different person. But I just thought mixtape would make a fun theme, specifically a song you learned from a mixtape and still love, even though you might not still love the person who made it for you.
Mixtapes are like not happening anymore, I'm guessing. I have to assume. But I do hope that people are making I made you a Spotify playlist or an Apple Music playlist or whatever, something like that.
I hope so. Yeah, you don't need to do the tape anymore. And
No.
I don't think I have any of my tapes because why would I? I wouldn't have any place to play them, even if I did. And I think they get old. You play them so often and they wear out. They're in the sun. But yeah, I think doing playlists, Spotify playlists, Apple playlists, whatever, YouTube playlists, I think that's the new mixtape. And actually, that's something I wanted to ask you. Did you ever call it mixed tape?
Mixed tape, as opposed to mixed tape?
Yes.
Mixed tape?
Mixed.
No, I don't think so. I think just mix.
Okay.
Mixtape. Is that a controversy in the mixtape community?
No, I think it's a controversy in my mind. I think I thought it was mixed tape. And then there was maybe a movie a while ago and that was mixtape or something titled mixtape. And I'm like, oh, I was wrong. Okay.
When you start saying a word over and over and over until it starts to lose meaning, that's kind of what I'm having right now with mixtape versus mixed tape. I'm I'm just doing the same thing.
Okay, yeah. No, and I think that's the other thing. It's so close. Sounding, it doesn't, there's a very subtle difference.
Can I tell you one hilarious?
No, please.
So, because I did get mixed cassettes when I was a child, I received them, but I remember telling you, I taped music off of the radio that I would hear. I remember in 2001, I moved to Texas from Baton Rouge and discovered 97.9 The Box, where they had this Sunday night music, which was the Screwed and Chopped. Are you familiar with
No.
Okay. This is a very Houston phenomenon. It's rap music that they screw, meaning they slow it really down, as if you had taken promethazine. And then chop, they would chop it, play things over and over, as if you were skipping the record or whatever. So I would record that off the radio.
Oh, that's so cool.
But the first mix CD I probably had was, I want to say, in probably the year 2000, I paid my friend's big brother to download all of the songs that I wanted off of Napster and then record them, put them onto a CD for me because I didn't have access to music and whatever. Yeah. I'm sure I was in 7th grade. So that's just it's funny for me to think about my first DIY mix CD, which, wow, paying somebody, I think I probably paid $1 a song or something like that, which in 2001 was a lot of money. Yeah.
Because that's how much it is now, I think, on app. If you buy a song, it's going to be $1 a song.
But the novelty of getting to choose every song that you wanted and have it on one CD was so appealing to me.
No, I'm sure. Oh my gosh. Very exciting.
Very silly.
Now, were you making mixtape CDs for friends, people you like? What was your mixtape situation?
Definitely in high school. I remember having received mixtapes and making, it's calling them a mixtape, but it was a mixed CD, giving and receiving them in high school. And sometimes the joy of listening to a friend's mixed CD that they got from someone else and being what does this mean? What is this song? I don't even like Annie DeFranco. Why is that on?
I know, that's the best part. Trying to figure out what each song meant and if the lyric, like what the lyrics were saying about what that person thought about you.
Yeah.
No, the mystery of it was so just enjoyable.
Last thing I'll say, because it's just very dumb, but do you remember that sketch from Portlandia where
Mm-mm.
Carrie goes to a bar and the bartender, the mixologist, makes a perfect cocktail? And then she's like, I got to make him a mixtape.
Oh my God.
It was really cute and very like, okay, this
I think,
is.
yeah, I need to watch that show. I feel like I have not watched enough of it to fully
Ah,
appreciate. So,
so silly.
yeah, maybe I'll start
Well,
with that episode.
yeah, good call. We'll drop the link in the show
Yeah.
notes.
Okay. So, the context for my mixtape moment. I was 18, working at Target in the garden center. And throughout high school, I never really had a boyfriend. I was a bit of an outcast. So you can imagine it, right?
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah. So there was this surf punk dorky guy I'd been really curious about. He was always smiley and very nice and very cute. And he worked the graveyard shift. So I would only see him like if I was working early in the morning. And so we'd cross paths. He's leaving, I'm arriving. But then one day we were in the break room and he was asking around for a quarter, like, because he had, I guess, to make a phone call or something. And I jumped at the chance to give him one.
I've got a quarter.
Here. Thanks. Probably, I'm sure like my face turned red and I gave it to him. I'm sure he could tell like I was all like giddy.
As red as your Target polo.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think at that time we had to wear the Target polo.
I'm like, so bummed because I was picturing you in the sky with like a faux hawk, just both in your red Target polos.
Well, see, as a stalker, he didn't have to. And then as in the garden center, I kind of think we were free to wear whatever. Although I do remember aprons for being yes.
Yeah.
So we could wear what we were wearing, but then wear an apron because you're dealing with plants and watering things and touching dirty stuff. So I give him this quarter and he's like, oh, grateful. So the next time I see him, he has a mixtape for me.
Love.
Yeah. So like I'm just like overjoyed and totally in shock because I'm like, what? This sort of thing doesn't happen to me. So obviously like I'm dying to listen to it after work and it's got a lot of stuff that I've never heard. The Dead Kennedys, MDC, Chumbawamba, and of course Rush because this person ends up being the boyfriend that was obsessed with Rush.
All right, there they are.
So here we are. At the pick this week, irony and all, this is the song that made me think he really liked me. So my song that I learned from a mixtape and still love is Devo's Beautiful World from their 1981 album, New Traditionalists.
It's a beautiful world we live in, a sweet romantic place, beautiful people everywhere.
Christina, had you heard this before?
I definitely had heard this, and I love it. It's such a good song. But what's the other album that Devo does? The one that's got like, I don't want to say it's like the messed up song. No,
Freedom of Choice?
No, that one. But
okay.
Which album is that? That's not this one, is it?
No, so Freedom of Choice is 1980.
Okay. That's the one that I like.
Okay.
But I like this one.
Yeah. So 1980, Whip It. That's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. And it's a fun, nerdy song. And these freaks, they're singing, they're so adorable, but also like a bit scary because they're so stiff. And I think there was this like, again, like a fatigue because Whip It was everywhere. So at that time, I was like never really Devo obsessed.
Yeah.
But I was obsessed with the sitcom Square Pegs. Now, I think I've mentioned this show to you before because it really was formative for me. It was on 82, 83, so not too long. It's like the original Freaks and Geeks with these two awkward girls trying to fit in at high school, one of whom is Sarah Jessica Parker. And the show was created by an SNL writer, Ann Beats. You got all the tropes before they were really tropes. The bitchy popular girl and her oafish boyfriend who's actually nice. And then kind of has a little thing with Sarah Jessica Parker's character. At least like there's flirtation and there's always hope that something will happen. There's the super geeky guys, the preppy, and the really out of it teachers. And of course, Bill Murray once played a substitute teacher on the show.
Okay.
So I feel the need wanting to share this because it really is such a good show. And I'm sure there's a few people out there who also appreciated it. And it was probably just as formative. Like I was 10-ish when the show was out, and these are high school people. So they were just everyone was just so cool on the show. Even the dorky kids were like the coolest. The big thing, though, about this show was the music. It was absolutely amazing. The waitresses did the theme song, and Devo performed Good Thing. The episode was Muffy. So Muffy was the preppy girl, and she had a new wave bat mitzvah.
Wow.
And it was like truly the best thing ever on TV. We'll share the
definitely.
clip from that. But like, how the hell, again, did I know Beautiful World until 10 years later?
Were they performing as Devo on the show?
Yes.
Or was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's funny.
No, that's how the show was. It
I
was
wanna
like
see
they,
it.
no, you got to check it out. In my defense, though, the song Beautiful World was rarely on the radio, and it never really broke into the top 100. I think it may have got to like 102 or something. Probably, I wonder, people couldn't handle it because it's a prime example of Devo's satirical take on society.
Hmm.
For you. For you. Not me.
The song is totally a takedown of the blind optimism in American culture, and the world is only beautiful for those privileged enough to ignore its problems. So,
Okay, I was going to
yeah.
ask you because at the end he goes, "It's a beautiful world for you, not me."
Yes. No, exactly.
I mean, I kind of had this thought. I was just like, I didn't look into it. I just listened to the music. But I
well,
did.
yeah, if you watch the video.
Yeah. Okay, I need to watch the video.
Okay.
But I was literally, I had my headphones in. I was listening to this song and I was walking around my neighborhood and it was a gorgeous day. So I was just like, "It's a beautiful world."
Well, no,
And then
but
he's like, not me. And I'm like,
But that's the thing about it. It is a beautiful song. Like if you're just listening to it without paying attention to the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then you start to like think about it and you can't help but sense the irony, especially if you like listen to it within the context of just Devo's work and how they are in general. And they're going to have a take, and they're going to be very critical of like mainstream society. But the video, it makes it very clear. So the lead singer, Mark Mothersbaugh, he's dressed up as what they called Boogie Boy. And that was like what they said was the spirit of infantile de-evolution. And that's what Devo's all about, the de-evolution of society.
Okay.
And so there's these clips of like cheerful, like 1950s, 60s Americana contrasted with riots and pollution, war and car crashes.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty dark. And that Boogie, do you know Boogie Boy? Can you picture
I don't
him?
think no.
So creepy. And I think part of the reason I didn't get into Devo as a kid was because that Boogie Boy was just a little too uncomfortable to look at.
I have to look at it right now.
Yes.
Sorry. I need to know what this. Oh, yeah.
Right?
No, this is scary.
I know, but it's so interesting that it's like it's so scary and such a beautiful song, and they're such a good band. They're such like an amazing band, and actually, this album, because of this episode, I've been listening to it like pretty obsessively, like just over and over, and I'm like, this is pretty much, I think, another no skip album.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm very motivated to go out and get the vinyl because, why not?
Why not?
Gotta support the record store.
Hell yeah, dude. If we don't do it, who will?
I know. So this song, though, in 1999, Target coincidentally used it in a commercial without the satirical content.
Did you and your boyfriend manifest this?
I know. That's kind of crazy. I actually don't even when in 1999, I don't know, I wasn't watching much TV, so I didn't see the commercial. It's something that came up in my research, but isn't that crazy? And
that
it's
is
just
actually hilarious. Yeah. And it's probably not lost on, the members of Devo who are selling the rights to the song to Target to be like, yeah, you can put this in your dumbass big box store commercial.
No, exactly.
Lord, that's amazing.
I
need
know.
to go find that commercial too.
Yeah, we'll have it in the show notes.
Oh my God, that's so funny. What a really cool deep dive. I am having the best time picturing your surfer geek boyfriend, and y'all working at Target and just stealing glances in the break room.
Yeah, fun time.
Oh, cute. It's fun to think about it. If you have a photo from that time, please send it to me.
We'll see about that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of societal commentaries and all, I'm very excited to hear about your pick this week.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump right into it and share with you my song that I learned from a mixtape is Typical Girls by The Slits. So someone did put this on a mix CD for me, and I'm not going to dwell on that person because they're not important. But the funny thing about this is
I want to hear more. I'm sorry.
of course, I know.
But that's okay.
Withholding. And it truly is. It's like so I got the mixtape from the person pretty soon after I started dating them. And the funny thing about this song in particular is that the person who put it on the mix CD, who, quite obviously had a crush on me, they made me a mix CD. That's like what you do, They probably thought this song would resonate with me because I'm not, or they perceived me to not be a typical girl, something that the song rails against. So before I get too much further with the song, are you familiar with the Slits, Christine?
Or the stilts, as I think of them. I don't know why. I can't say slits. Like, it just, in my mind, I see stilts.
I hear you.
So, no, I wasn't familiar with the Slits, the band, but the song I was. So
really?
And I have to probably credit that ex-boyfriend because this very much up his alley, the Slits, the band. And I was so happy because I think when you shared it, I hadn't heard it in such a long time, probably since the 90s.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And I don't know, this might have been my introduction, from this mixtape, although there is a really cool cover that they did of Heard It Through the Grapevine, which is,
yes,
we love those covers, but that one, it's very recognizable. So if you're unfamiliar, maybe Google that to start with. But the Slits are this badass woman-led punk group from the UK, punk, post-punk, whatever you can call it you want. But they have this, I don't know if this is true, but I'll just repeat it now for lore. But they have this, kind of history of they started the band before all of them could even play instruments, which is punk rock. And I love that.
That is.
But the lead singer is named Ari Up, and she has such a distinctive voice and delivery. And she started the Slits in 1976 when she was 14 years old.
Wow.
Which, I love a young virtuoso. And she has a very distinctive voice, I think, in some part because English is her second language. She was born in West Germany. And her parents were both involved in the music industry. Her mom actually ended up marrying John Lydon, aka Johnny Rotten from the Sex Pistols. And by the late 70s, after they'd been around for just a little while, the Slits were actually opening for the Crash. I'm sorry. For the Clash, speaking of stilt slits. So yeah, she is a badass. She is not your typical girl.
Fake smells. Typical girls try to be typical girls very well.
So this song is a takedown of society's very high standards for women. And I can imagine how in 1976, it probably was, it's so rare to hear, a woman, but singing kind of going against what society expects of you. So they say typical girls don't drive well. Typical girls are sensitive, are emotional. So a lot of these stereotypes, at one point they asked the question, who invented the typical girl? Who's bringing out the new improved model?
Yeah.
So it's, it's definitely a criticism of women having to be any one certain type of way. And I applaud that. I mean, I think it's so cool, and especially considering she must have been really young when she wrote and recorded this song.
I know.
And when you listen to it, I don't know about you, but the opening, it's so it's one of those kind of I know we talk about dysregulation.
Yeah.
It's that really jangly.
Oh yeah.
And she's even kind of, it's not whispering, but it's a quiet talking. And there's kind of some things that feel like she's saying them under her breath. So this one even, it kind of catches you off guard a little bit too. But the funny thing to me, I love this song so much. And the thing that I take away from it is like, I'm actually not ashamed of a lot of the stereotypes that they go against in the song. Like, I am sensitive, I am emotional. Sometimes I am easy to anger.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that some of this typical girl behavior is something that I am like, yeah, that actually does describe me and my, personality and who I am. So the person who put this song on a mixtape, mix CD for me was probably thinking like, oh yeah, like this chick and she's so different and whatever. But I'm like, no, F you. I get to decide like how I'm a typical girl or not. And I can be a badass punk like Ari Up if I want to, or, women, we contain multitudes. Sometimes we fit stereotypes and sometimes we're so far out of left field that it's impossible to put us in a box.
I love that. And honestly, like this song feels to me more like it's about a typical dude that has no concept of any type of woman.
Yes, good call.
But it is so great. And have you seen the video? Because the video is insane.
Oh my God, no, I actually haven't seen the video.
I mean,
have such
they're
a
just
short
fun.
attention span.
Yeah, we'll make sure to share the video.
Yes,
so
definitely.
It's a very fun watch. And it makes you even like appreciate them more and this song more and just the band. And I do want to explore the slits more.
I mean, I have to assume that it's a euphemism, right? The slits.
Right? I'm guessing, right?
I would guess.
And maybe that's why it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I like that. Because there's another like female punk band called The Cramps.
Yeah.
And I like that, The Cramps, like, hey, we get cramps.
Yeah.
But then I was like, it would be really fun to start a cover band of them called The Tamps.
Oh,
like
yeah.
tampons. But I'm like, it's already close enough. We're good. Well, that's it for my pick.
Well, okay. Do you want to give us a preview of what we'll be talking about next week?
Yeah, next week we're going to be hearing and exploring the unusual.
Huh. I wonder what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really wonder. But I think I know.
Thanks for listening to Stereothematica. If you're still listening, you must like us a little bit. So please consider a review, a rating, or sharing with a friend.
And subscribe now on your favorite platform. That could be Spotify, could be Apple. And follow us on Instagram, where you can share your songs that you learned from a mixtape and still love, even though you might not still love the person.
And visit stereothematica.blog for more fun.